Hey everyone, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have a Ocarina of Time Randomizer weekly race. This is the Zora weekly. Gonna be a good one. Tracking today you got me and Lady Draco. And on comms we have Melkwe and Out of This World Burrito, and they will take it from here.
Hey, thanks, baseball. Hey, Burrito, how are you feeling today? We have another S9 settings weekly ahead of us.
I'm feeling pretty excited. It's been 1 week since the S9 settings were revealed to everybody, and some of these runners have been grinding very hard, so I'm happy to see what they've gotten done so far and what practice they may still need.
Yeah, I know some of these runners have played more than others. I think Cine has probably played the most of S9 settings so far. Flea probably next, and then Zeph, and then Drew. Uh, Zephyr was one of our playtesters, though, so he's had an idea of what some of these settings might shake out to be. Yeah. We've been talking a little behind the scenes, kind of the meta changes of this season. So, again, I think Zeph and Flea might both be early river players if you start as adult, which we are today. It is a vanilla adult spawn. And kind of that change in info. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, not having fixed hints has been a lot bigger of an issue for runners than we anticipated. And also just having information readily available. So we see Zephyr here already adopting the strategy of, hey, just let me check where all these entrances are and stuff before going out, while some other runners are already going out and getting hints. So we're already flush with information. SFM having 3 major items, though. Lon Lon being patched to the Twin Robo. So we already see S9 does a great job of just assaulting you, which has resulted in a lot more people actually playing for hints. There's been a few practice seeds where people are getting paid out for making plays that maybe last season you were more often punished for, like going to Zora's River early to grab those hints, even if you don't have explosives to check the grottos or anything, or maybe logically it's not there yet. And some runners who are opposed to that strategy are now considering it. I was having conversations with Hyper, and he's like, I hate the Zora's River play, especially without explosives. You can get punished. But I keep losing seeds to not going to Zora's River early.
We did get a med check there, but I was not prepared to screenshot it. So we will get that info to you soon. Entrances should be updated.
Mel, Baseball asked us to help with the information capture, and so Mel did a really nice crop. I just took a full monitor print screen and dropped it in the chat.
Yeah,
like here.
I am learning things about my computer today. I have a print screen button, but it opens up the snipping tool, not an actual just screenshot, which is lovely because I think if I did a proper like print screen, it would be both of my monitors.
Yeah. Also, it looks like we are already double pathed. We have Lon Lon Ranch to Twin Rova and Dodongo's Cavern to Twin Rova.
And Spirit Temple to Twin Rova. So, oops, all Twin Rova must be a Spirit or Shadow Medallion. Okay, Serenade, not the worst warp song to find. We do have random starting ages, we do have a random child spawn this season, so Serenade, you know, that discount prelude, you're always happy to see one of those 2 songs early for that child routing.
Absolutely, and it looks like Skullhouse today is just a bunch of money, so it looks like we won't be worrying about Skulltulas today.
Money.
It looks like Flea has gone upriver, is now working back down, as we see at least one of these runners taking an early river play, but we might see a runner here soon, specifically Zephyr might make it into Dampé's Hut, which we'll see one of the hint changes for this season settings, which is Dampé's Hut will tell you where the light arrows are.
I will say the number of times I've seen the light arrows just show up in Graveyard this season has been interesting. Diesler
you gave Dampé the information. He went and got him for you. That's all that is.
Yeah, he was like, well, I found out where it was, so let me just... Oh, Forest Temple. Okay.
Well, if Dampé still had the hookshot, he can get up there. So they might. He might have put it up there.
Right.
Yeah, so Season 9 is going to be a challenge for runners in managing information. So we've talked about taking screenshots before, like during the showcase race, so some runners choose to do that. Zephyr seems to be a runner where he's writing those things down, which is probably what I would do. I know there's some other runners in the weekly race today who are fans of pen and paper, so shout out to them. I'm sure other runners have solutions as well, and some will just be like, surely I won't forget.
Yeah. If you're talking about the entrances, he has worked out a screenshot capture just above his timer. Chat can't see that, but yeah, Drew, I'm not sure how Drew is keeping track of entrances. I don't know how Cinny is keeping track of entrances. I know Flea is a little more pen and paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Restreamer hell.
Chat should be really happy about this season, though, because it's more opportunities to gaslight commentary.
Yes.
So.
100%. The
100%.
amount of information we are also trying to keep track of.
Yeah. Forerunners is difficult, like Doc keeps pointing out in chat, but also Forerunners, when there's such an assault of information, is even harder, so we'll just do our best, as we always do.
Yep. Fortunately, we have hint commands to keep us in line. Our awesome trackers also just, you know, on the ball in a way we are not.
We did get another flash there of medallions and stones. So it does look like Twinrova is holding the Shadow Medallion. To your guess, Mel. So you know your hints.
Yeah, we won't say it too much because we know it gets old, but path priority, unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of Twinrova today, a lot of probably Evil's Bane. Part of the hope of that Dampe hint is that, you know, when it is just in Midos, you're not going to get that useless Kokiri Forest to Evil's Bane hint. But something like today, it's actually going to give you information towards, you know, Lullaby, Rudo's Letter, probably whatever locks those. So we are probably going to see that Bane hint show up today.
Mm-hmm. So this being Season 9, we are still having the vanilla bridge requirements like you were alluding to. So we do need to go defeat Twinrova to get that Shadow Medallion. We're also going to need to be Baronade for that Spirit Medallion. So...
yeah, it looks like Jabu is actually in Dodongo's Cavern today. So that's an interesting, you know, aspect where a strength or a bomb bag still becomes required for Jabu because Child has to blow up that entrance boulder, right? So that's an added component, but you lose the Rudo's Letter of it. You don't need a bottle to get a fish to open up Jabu. You just need the boomerang beyond that. Oh no.
So surprisingly, Cindy's already Child. Cindy went through adult and said that's good enough, and it's taking their first Child 1 segment, and Drune is having the same strategy here.
Yeah, and we are seeing a post-Cac River play from Zephyr, so I'm not... That's a little unusual for him. Okay, so Shadow, Water, and Forest as our stone dungeons today. That's kind of a limiting group as far as what songs can be behind it. Ooh. Okay. Magic being on chickens there. Tell me your thoughts and your feelings about that, because that is a check that often people will skip. Kirby pointing out, we do have a cac spawn for Child.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the cac spawn, we would see more people skipping that if they didn't have reason to already go over there. One thing that Dungeon Entrance Randomizer has introduced to this season is some runners are much more prioritizing just checking entrances. So Drunus going down here and seeing what bottom of the well is to find Deku. That's very good. But it's also just tempting to go around and start doing other activities around the overworld. So I have seen runners in practice leaving Child Cack specifically very late. I've seen them leaving Zora's River late. And in some of these seeds, especially since you can do a lot of activities without hookshot this season, people just leaving Hyrule Field forever. Like, if there's nothing that leads you down to Lake, no one's checking South Hyrule Field.
Yeah, that is going to be one of the tougher things. You know, giving them the entrance info, in theory, people won't be dipping if they don't know that they can complete it, or if it's not hinted path. In this case, Deku, very low item requirement, especially when you start with storms. So it makes total sense to just get a medallion done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virgil, we shouldn't see Child DC today with it being out in the Spirit entrance, but you never know. Maybe someone's feeling spicy.
Yeah, it's a lot of checks, and part of the information of what we're talking about, like when runners are tempted to go check dungeons, is they do get that information early, like we've noted, but some runners are taking the philosophy of, I'm just going to dip it. If I can dip it and go in and do some of it, I might get paid out. So, like, for Drunus and Deku, there was a big chest just sitting there free in Deku, for example. So some runners might just peek in, like, if you're adult and you don't have bow yet, because you need that for Deku, just go in, see what's in there, and then be like, oh, okay, sure, and then just leave.
Oh, we had a vanilla horse. Ooh, okay.
Oh, there's Din's fire.
Well, that's actually really nice early here. Din's fire and magic. We still need some kind of projectile to dip into Child Spirit there. That's path. Yeah. That should be path. Fire arrow entry is allowed this season, but you are still logically required to get Dins. Yep.
One day a horse will be path. One day. I
mean,
saw a horse, I'm like, maybe it's horse, but no, then
horse can still be path.
Yeah.
That's one of the interesting things, Dins is yes path, but Epona isn't not path until proven otherwise.
True. And to your point earlier, if anyone wants to learn more, their strength on Cuckoos.
Yeah, everything in Lon Lon was useful.
Sick. That's definitely then becomes one of the hints where it's like, all right, well, everything here could be path. So I guess I'm just going to keep following everything. But to your point, if anyone ever has questions about the hints this season or what we talk about when we refer to path priority, on Mido's house, there is a link to the path priority document that does a very good job of explaining it. Has a nice numbered list that we all love on the internet to follow.
Yep. We've also consolidated kind of logic quirks that you might want to learn. We'll do our best to explain anything like that. Jax kind of mentioned one of them where you might be required to go through Spirit, wherever it is, to get out to Desert Colossus. That is another logical access to that area of the game when Dungeon Entrance Randomizer is on. So,
I believe we saw that in the showcase race last week, right?
We did, yep. Yep, and there is Deku done for Drew. Nothing super exciting in there. Looks like we picked up a wallet.
I mean, we might have seen our Burning Cack hint already, but that water medallion may be more useful than we think.
Yep. Yeah, looking at these dungeons, DC Fire Deku, let's look at where those are located. Spirit, Water, and Bottom of the Well, like, those are dungeons notorious for locking Zelda's Lullaby, and there's nothing in that layout that suggests they can't. And we are seeing chickens from all of our on-stream runners, it looks like. We still need to see if Flea decides to do it, but I would be very surprised if not to.
We love our domesticated animals here at Ocarina of Time Randomizer. But yeah, Cindy's about to get almost halfway through Deku. Zephyr's cleaning up Child Cack, which of course we know he's going to find magic here.
Yep.
Flea's going to be right behind Zephyr finding magic, and then Drunus is going to get strength out of these cuckoos. While our runners retread a little bit of ground, I do want to mention their performances last season in Season 8. All these runners participated in Season 8 last year. Sydney made top 32 when it 1 and 2 in brackets, got knocked out round 2 by Drunus, actually. So you could say it's a little bit a grudge match return here. I don't think Sydney feels that way, but Drunus is definitely here grudging with Flea. As we learned in the race room, Drunus joined the race because Flea said he was going to kick his ass. So we definitely want to pay attention to how Flea and Drew respectively perform here today. Drew did go 3 and 2 in top 32, though, getting knocked out round 4, so made it quite far. Flea went 1 and 2, getting knocked down lower bracket round 2. And then Zephyr made it to 33 through 96, so on the silver gauntlets, and came out of pools to get knocked out round 1, but performed very well. So we want to make sure to highlight everyone's past performances here on the weekly and in qualifiers, which is coming up in January, right, Mel?
Yep, January, let me look at a calendar because I always think that Saturday is the 2nd, but it's Saturday the 3rd of January is going to be our first qualifier. We'll have another one on that Sunday. So you don't have to sign up or anything. If you want to play, you just show up and enter the race room before the start time. We will be locking those rooms 5 minutes before the start so that everyone, is in, ready to go on time. We will be force starting them on time again this year. And basically after the holiday break, usually ZSR has a kind of restream break around that time anyway, so I assume they'll be returning from that. Oh. Zeph having some trouble with this Waltula.
It happens. But yeah, I believe that it was covered in the showcase last week, which if you haven't watched that, it is up on YouTube. Jimbo, who's helping with enforcement duty, said something along the lines of, if you aren't following the race rules setup times, he will mail you Epona's head in a box and it'll appear in your bed. So you want to follow along or Jimbo's gonna get mad.
Yeah. I mean, Jimbo's full of shit. He's not actually gonna do that, but but you might get like a virtual Epona head DM to you.
You'll get digitally Godfather too.
Yeah. Potentially more traumatizing to open up a DM and just like
What's the worst thing about waking up in the morning? Jimbo in my inbox.
This isn't speed gaming. I don't have to watch my language.
Hey, this is
kids aren't watching this.
To be fair, I think every time Trez comes on Restream, he immediately starts swearing. So
yeah, anytime I've been in a like Restream situation where Trez is there, he just comes in, drops an F-bomb. Like, okay.
Now, one thing that we did want to mention is people were, part of the settings feedback from Season 8, I understand, was people were hoping for more diversification in openers and routing, and we're here with Triple Goma. So
yeah,
you can do as much as you can, but sometimes it just happens.
Yeah, so one of the, yesterday I was watching a pickup race, right? And they started with Hammer. Amazing. That's like a dream random starting item to give you different openers, right? Child start. Useless. Because that's rando. So it's not gonna surprise me if you do have situations like this where there is a clear first 15 to 20 minute route that you need to take. Just because of the items that you have, because of the dungeons that are available to you. But I know that it gets so stale, right? For runners, for viewers. Claim check rang?
Yeah, it was a very fast hint. It popped up on Drewness and Luke and
Oh.
Rado or something. So thank you, Virgil. I saw claim check, but then didn't see the item. But yeah, to your point, Mel, last season I do remember a few of my commentaries, both in quals and in brackets, starting with the standard opening of going child to market. It's like very. Which is like, if it works, it works. So I'm happy to see a little bit of route diversification. For those of you who might be wondering why that's important, not only as a runner, but as a viewer, is it helps add stakes and adds more points of what could I have done better for runners, so runners can learn more from their decisions. And us as viewers obviously get to see, more than just 3 people in Forest Temple at the same time, which I love. I love Forest Temple, but I know it's not popular in the community.
I think Forest Temple is a great temple. I love the design. I love the music. I actually think Phantom Ganon is a really good boss casually. I understand why in a kind of speed-running formulaic fight, it's not great. The dungeon, you gotta do it. There's no skips around like there is in, Spirit or Fire or Water. It's just the same every time. So I understand why it gets so much hate, but just the aesthetic of Forest Temple makes me very happy and throws me back to my childhood.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Part of it for Forest Temple for me, why I enjoy it, is because there is a lot of emphasis put on just optimization of your movement and combat techniques. So, like, if you can handle Stalfos a little bit better than somebody else in a race, you can save time there. There's time to save just moving around the temple. I just watched somebody get trolled yesterday by one of the Poe sisters. I think it was Chuckles.
Yeah.
The green Poe sister wedged herself in the wall in the corner, and he's having a hard time actually hitting her. So
Cute.
things can happen, and it's usually on an execution front. So it helps highlight individual runner skill, which a lot of people have been paying attention to this season within the community. A lot of the runners are really impressed with specifically like Floosh. Floosh has been doing really, really well on an execution basis and has been pulling out a lot of time saved just because Floosh is the kind of runner who just sees something. He's like, I'm going for it. I don't care how hard it is. If it saves me time, I'm going for it. And you gotta respect it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Forest is one of those great ones where if you have Furor's Wind, for example, or you have Hovers, you do get to start seeing, like, oh, this is why these are the best runners in the field. And Kirby fan pointing out, we did get the dual child, adult spirit hint. There are no keys there. So that Dins is going to be hard required today for a key in child side.
All right, so yeah, then to your point earlier, we will be using that strength if we don't find a bomb bag to open up DC to get into child. Oh, no, DC's Jabu. See, this is the problem with entrance randomizer. Even when I make notes, I still get it backwards. So we're going to be using this Nocturne to get to Spirit.
Yep. Nocturne, the Dins to get into Spirit. The strength was to get into Jabu. Graveyard to Baronade with a claim check boomerang hint.
Could be some song.
Yeah, because we've got that dungeon entrance rando on, Rudo's isn't going to be Path to Baronade today.
No.
The strength that we have isn't from there either, so it's not going to be like a bomb bag or a strength. So it should be something that takes us to that claim check. That OGC foolish?
Yeah, I think that's what I saw too.
Okay. Someone said the fairies were dead. Ooh, that is a great pickup from Drew. Hammer on Dompe digging, that is going to be one of those that is harder to justify getting back to. Path Graveyard definitely going to help people some, But without Sunsong right now, making the decision to actually set time of day is going to be a little harder to justify in this segment. But fire being in water...
No, I was going to say, Hammer being especially early there, since we don't have explosives yet. We haven't even found shoes. So this is going to give Drunus a lot of work with when he does go back to adult, if he doesn't find explosives before then. He's setting up for it. He's grabbing that quick Scarecrow song right now.
Yep. Yep, you do still have to set up Scarecrow song, both as child as adult. But once you have done that, it's basically free Scarecrow, right?
Yeah.
That's how that
you
works.
just it plays itself. You just got on an autoplay. It's a good setting. It's a good compromise. I don't have to play Scarecrow song because we have seen people in the past when they're picking up Scarecrow song. I still don't. Someone tried to explain it once. I still don't get it. But basically, if you mash too fast, you might mess up setting Scarecrow song, and then you might not be able to play it the way you wanted to play it. So this basically lets you go get it, but then still play it quickly later. So it avoids a few problems.
Yeah. So that problem, when you are setting it as child, basically if you mash too fast, it will register a 9th note instead of the 8. So then when you go as adult, no matter how fast you mash then, it can only register 8 notes as the song, and that 9th note that is set can't be played. So that's what's happening there.
Got it.
This does not get around that, unfortunately. You will still have to go back, child, and set it up again if that happens to you. Yep.
Okay, well, never mind.
Yep, that is a very, very minute execution problem.
Just tell the runners to slow down.
Yeah, just play the song slow. Honestly, though, all that has to happen is for that to happen to you once, and for you to feel like you lost a race because of it. It's one of those one-time only occurrences.
Mm-hmm. We have triple Lake Hylia's child. These 3 runners are sharing a brain cell right now.
Yeah, I'm worried about Zeph's time of day here. He is probably going to play Nocturne right away rather than... Yep. Flea and Cinny will both have a much nicer lake into graveyard setup here because their time of day is a little earlier.
Mm-hmm. But Zephyr will be rewarded for this, we know, getting the hammer here. So it's definitely worth tapping out.
Yeah, at least it's gonna pay off. Otherwise, that is one of those things where you just sit there beating yourself up about it.
Mm-hmm.
And at least he has Serenade to get back and do those things. This might be skulls from Zeph. He's not usually a skull collector, but when setting up for, like, quals, he's been thinking a little more about it. Hey, welcome in, ZSR.
Yeah, because we got those hints for 30, 40, 50, but there could still be something important on 10, 20, so don't want to overlook it. But yeah, welcome in, ZSR. This is the Zora Weekly. We're on the settings for the Season 9 Standard Tournament, which starts in January. We hope you all enjoyed it. I think they were doing Majora's Mask Randomizer. So welcome in.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
I see MMR and Twilight Princess up there, so I'm gonna trust you on MMR.
I read the title. Oh, there we go. MMR Multiworld. Boom.
It's true, Jax. Skipping a required 10-20 is the fastest way to a bad time. It is also the fastest way to, if you're telling me that there is a casino going and you didn't check those, I'm not listening to you.
Damn, that's cold. Because there are still runners at top level who just believe, I'm just not doing skulls. If it's skulls, whatever.
Which is a totally fine and valid playstyle, but don't complain to me about it. You made that choice.
It's fair.
Oh. Goron
Right,
given...
So Zeph is trying to peek this wall. See, it's a small item. And then Drunus is going to put that hammer to work immediately going to Market Grotto.
Yes.
Out in Hyrule Field and getting a big chest. And there's that 3 important items in Sacred Forest Meadow again.
Field yesterday, every single check had a major item.
It can be like that sometimes.
Yeah, every single check had something.
Oh, horse time. Let's go, Drew.
The horse. Let's see, what's in GTG entrance? Shadow, we can't do anything there. We can't get Fortress Rooftop, so this might just be for maneuvering around field.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go hit up all the grottos.
Yep.
Because logically, we shouldn't be able to cross yet, so I'm sure Drew's not worrying about that. And also, we just know it's Dodongo's out there, so whatever.
Yep. Cine
we don't care about the stone.
Is going Valley. Flea may also be going Valley, but where were these shoes?
I don't know, I missed it.
Oh.
They both got it.
This isn't possible what Zeph is trying. But, I mean, bless him for trying that. Don't try it again.
I think they might have got shoes out of Open Grotto here in the south, because it looks like they double back to get the Scrub Grotto.
Okay.
So Cine's checking Legend Valley. Flea is going for that Lone Grotto. Put those shoes to work. Zephyr's working on Goron City, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And it looks like Drunus is just working across field.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't personally like what Flea is doing. Having just picked up a hammer and all of these being free, I would save those chews and go do Child Spirit. But that's just me.
Yeah, part of it just might be Flea's like, well, I'm down here. I don't really want to have to come back for this Lone Grotto, even if I already have Eponas.
Yeah.
Knock it out. But now, to your point, he is back walking all the way to do Valley like Cine just did, which that's a lot of time spent just walking Hyrule Field.
Yeah. Alright. Here is Cine doing what I think makes sense. Going and doing Child Spirit with that Dins and those shoes.
Yeah. I think Drunus got that hammer and went, I'm not going to worry about Spirit right now. I got things to go hit with the hammer. Alright, looks like Zephyr's gonna go back to Adult for the second time, as we did start as Adult this seed, and Drunus is surely jumping Valley there, and is gonna go check the chest behind the rocks, and then might use those shoes to peek a ledge here, which I don't believe City found anything.
No, it was a piece of heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, hammer did already lead to a bow. We don't have explosives yet to give us any vibes on whether or not that's the only way to get that bow.
Glad to see Cine equipping Hyrule Shield here. Shoutouts to my I don't want my shield burn crew. I respect it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm with Jax. Drew is going to cross. Not in logic yet, but we don't really care about that. Being able to do DC and pick up the song that's out at Requiem, I think this is a great play.
Yeah, using the Octoroks to get yourself back up top so you can continue out.
Trez is here to rescue ZSR bot. Can Child do anything in Water Temple? No.
Child can look around. If the entrance is somewhere, Child can get in. That's about it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good question, though.
I don't think in these settings child can do anything as adult.
No, not with our rule set.
Yeah, I'm blanking on what it would be.
What did you hear from me, AJ? Miss AJ? What did I say? I forget sometimes what I say immediately. Looks like Drunus is going to free the Carpenters, maybe peek inside. You know, he might dip Shadow. I don't think there's much incentive to. He might be doing horseback archery here, just because he's already here with horse anyways.
There's nothing we can do in Shadow without a hook shot or hovers, so...
I mean, technically you can drown as Child Link, but you have to really go out of your way for it. It's just in Water Temple, as Child, in these rule sets, you can't do anything. If we allowed more glitch tricks, you could, but not in these rules. And there's Scale in Spirit Temple.
Scale is interesting. That's domain access.
Pass. Oh yeah, good point. Paths.
I mean,
Twin Rova. It's probably not Scale, right?
I mean, possibly. That's one of the things. So, Gold Scale Water is in logic to get into the water entrance. Today, that is a required fire temple. So, it's possible. Potentially even, like, probable considering the layout of our path hints so far. All of them having been for our bridge. I'm still leaning towards it's probably ZL on Nocturne.
Yeah, that seems
eating a lot of that up.
I also wanted to point out, Flea found second magic in Kakariko Redead Grotto, so that magic was hammer or explosive locked. Still don't know where that bomb bag is.
Okay.
So luckily that Child Start really bailed people out of missing that Cucko magic.
Yeah. Cindy
That's
taking
true.
advantage of a little maneuvering there.
So Kirby fan pointing out in chat that Drunus did find a Goron tunic on horseback archery 1500, so the second prize.
Okay.
That will be useful to us today, since we do need to visit Fire Temple.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One of the things you don't go out of your way for, but honestly, I don't think anyone is sad when it pops up for free.
No, I mean, I'm always happy when it pops up, because there were a few seeds last season where the path ended up being wallet for a tunic, and no one really likes that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's fire arrows out of Goron City Maze, so we're almost arrow loaded here. And we have magic already, so that's useful.
Yeah. And our last path. Lake Hylia to Evil's Bane. So, plant a bean?
Plant a bean.
Possibly?
Or dive. Dive with a V, everybody, not die. Oh, sick. Neighbor's Love and a bomb bag hint on cities. I didn't see where it was. It was a dual hint. Anyone see where that was? That's useful. What the bomb bag is.
Bomb bag is useful, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to hype up Neighbor's Love, but I love to see it.
Yeah. So Cindy did do the thing. Oh, there's Lullaby. Okay.
Yep.
And crossing is not in logic. Getting through Child Spirit is not in logic yet. So we we could be looking at some shenanigans to get Lullaby there.
Yeah, so it looks like Drunus is out of Logic Crossing is going to pay off getting that Lullaby, as that's pretty clutch. And it looks like Zephyr's about to do the same. Drunus putting that larger wallet to work to grab more bomb cheese. Zephyr is probably also going to do that.
Yep.
And then Cindy is now just working through DC as Child, because while this is a stone dungeon, I believe.
No, it's our forest
No, it's Medallion. Right, our stones are more from Bongo. We need the Medallion, but also, more importantly, this was Path.
Yep.
Which might just be the Medallion.
This is going to be an interesting, like, showcase of the time difference between a child DC and an adult DC.
Mm-hmm. Also, we just got a hint for Royal Tomb, so I think that was our song hit? I didn't see what the thing was.
Sarius is on Burning Cack.
Oh, sorry, this is Burning Cack.
Oh, okay, so Silver's being in Haunted Wasteland and Mirror Shield being there in Dodongo's Cavern. That's gonna be tough, I think, for Cindy to get back if there's not another strength in the pool available before that one.
Yeah, Cindy already marking out to do Dodongo's Cavern like this. That's a really easy way to say, I'm abandoning Wasteland. It is...
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I'll get a Skulltula and a check. Who cares? Because I think we're also out of hints at this point that could bail him out of that.
Haunted Wasteland is an individual sometimes hint.
Mm-hmm.
And we do not have all of our sometimes hints yet, but it's getting close.
Ooh, we might see that dual hint again here with Drunus in a moment in the bottom right, so we can figure out where the bomb bag is.
Mm-hmm. Shoot the Sun is a heart container, so that narrows down where our lake path is even more.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this our other scale? Is this just another strength?
Wooden walls. Okay, so
Ooh.
That's back of Shadow Temple, right?
Wooden walls is back of Shadow, yep. So that's bomb locked.
Well, at least we already have our dens. But yeah, logically, that would not be your first bomb bag.
Yeah, no.
You need bombs to get there.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of interesting when you think of, like, what can these dungeons eat up as required items? And it's like, alright, Spirit is always going to require a bomb bag, so DC, not gonna get a hint unless it's for access to the, like, dungeon itself.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow, similarly, only the first 4 checks are not bomb locked.
Here's another important item check for Flea, because we did get 3 important item checks in Sacred Forest Meadow, so we basically know song, and then this grotto, basically, right? There's nothing else it could be.
Yep. And
Yeah,
important item does not mean required item, so if anyone's unfamiliar with it, it just means how many of the unique items in the pool are there. It will count both of the songs in this case.
Yeah, I think we forgot to mention at the start, because there's a lot of going on immediately, but we started, in these settings for Season 9, we start with an extra major item. It was just today, the major item was Stone of Agony, so it wasn't useful.
Yep.
And there's Song of Time.
Song of Time is interesting. GTG is in fire, we can't get there yet. Water, as of yet, is not required. And Cindy gonna be going through the back part of DC here, and this is where... Oh, never mind. Drew fell.
It's okay. He just wanted to show us his cool gainers on the stairs.
Yeah, right. But yeah, there's an extra little hallway that you have to take here as child. You see it usually if people need to pick up the skull back here.
Mm-hmm. We also didn't call out earlier, but our runners did find Mirror Shield, so DC path to Twin Rova.
Cinny did try to stop, drop, and roll there to put out the fire faster. Unfortunately, his health was too low at the start. So we'll be starting again here.
Yeah, those keys can be a pain.
Yeah. The child equivalent of a shield flick there. The duck and cover. So, with that lake to Evil's Bane, you're obviously... Oh, Zeph getting knocked off there. Not a good DC for the adult players here today.
No, or anybody. DC's throwing a monkey wrench in.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the adult players because, like, child DC is not the norm, adult is, so, like, boys, what are you doing?
Warming up. But, yeah, so we have, it looks like Flea's finally gonna jump Valley here, and is going to be following in the tracks of Drunus and Zephyr, likely crossing after doing some work around Gerudo Fortress. For Cinny after this, though...
Very nice pull.
What are we thinking?
There.
Going back adult?
Definitely going back adult. Cinny doesn't have the bow, doesn't have the strength. Ooh. Fairy bottle. That would have been nice.
Yep.
45 seconds ago for Cinny.
We have it for the hardest boss in the game now. King Dodongo.
Yep.
Can't do him any faster.
Yep. Unless Bunko is on. But it is not.
But yeah, Cindy's running out of things to do as child at the moment. So
yeah.
Adult revisits likely sooner than later. And I don't see Cindy taking the horse across to Gerudo Fortress anytime soon. There's a lot of other things you could be doing, but maybe he will.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's kind of tough, right? Because... Wait, Cinny got the scale, right? Okay.
Yes.
So the scale might prompt Cinny into Domain, doing a few extra child checks. Without that lake hint, though, I don't know if you think to go down and, like, invest in the time to plant a bean out at lake. There's no guarantee that, you know, the bean leads us to our path item, but odds are in the favor of that.
Yeah, especially with the hint information that we have. I don't know if Cindy found the Shoot the Sun hint, but we were able to see the Rudo's Letters check earlier. That was a recovery heart. Cindy knows child fishing's not anything because I believe he did it earlier.
Yep.
So we're at the point where it's like, okay, either the professor who wants to eat frog eyes has it, or it's on his roof. So he has it in some form possession. And some of the, I'm sure a lot of people are realizing we're over 45 minutes in and don't have hookshot yet. That's probably not going to be uncommon this season. Do you want to explain why, Mel?
Sure. It's partially just because hookshot is less valuable for dungeon entrances when it comes to dungeon entrance rando. Like, you need it for water and forest entrances. We do know that we will need a hookshot at some point today. But there's enough tech to getting around using hookshot in these dungeons that are available that it just kind of has ended up deeper in seeds.
Absolutely.
Or people have dodged it. That's the other option.
That, of course, like, we might have just not seen it. It might just be sitting in Zora's domain and no one's like, ew, I don't want to go out there. It smells like fish.
And I do think that's what we're going to see Cinny doing here. Again, I don't know if Cinny's going to invest in planting a bean. The earlier you set up Scarecrow, I would say the better the sunk cost feeling of it is. Because if you set up Scarecrow early and you end up not needing it, like, it's kind of whatever. But if you don't set Scarecrow up, and then you have to, like, double back for it, that's where it starts feeling bad.
Absolutely.
Let's see, this could potentially be hookshotless. Let's take a look. No.
We need to get in the Forest Temple entrance, right? Because light arrows in Forest.
Light arrows are in Forest, which is in ice.
Oh, right.
So they can actually go do that now. But we don't have a hook shot or hovers to get around some of those. Hovers are pretty essential for a lot of the workarounds.
Yeah. So we'll likely still need hook shot. But yeah, to Ryukin's point in chat, we might see some hookshotless seeds this season. Mm-hmm. The runners have been discussing it a bit. It's pretty low odds just because of the number of checks where hookshot still comes up. So seeing hookshots come into play later, I think, is just going to be the norm, even if people get them. But most seeds are still going to at least require hookshot. Also, doing Morpha without hookshot sucks. So
yeah. Yeah, and so anytime, like, again, today, fire is in our water temple entrance. To my knowledge, there has yet to be a workaround to hitting the little target jewel thing with anything other than a hook shot. So, as soon as that entrance is required, hook shot is required, no matter how much other tech exists. Hey, Mario.
What's up, Mr. Mario? We're doing pretty well. I think right now I'd say if someone was in the lead, it'd be Drunus. Drunus had a lot of clutch item pulls, specifically getting Silver Gauntlets in Haunted Wasteland, which Zephyr already found as well. And it looks like Flea just grabbed them. But Drunus was a little bit quicker to the hammer, and I think that opened up more information for Drunus, which is why I believe he's a little bit ahead. Zephyr's doing pretty well. And I think Flea's on the right paths too. Cinny is likely to abandon Haunted Wasteland, having already got out to DC as Child. So we don't know when he's going to go back, because they're going to need that strength too at some point.
Did pull a bomb bag though. So, you know, as a potential path to Twin Rova, that scale is looking pretty good there.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look like he's gonna go down and buy a bean.
Yeah, why not?
We should hopefully see what our lake path is sooner rather than later.
This will definitely... If it doesn't show us what it is, we'll know where it is.
Yep. Is that following that bow? Well, following used loosely here.
Well, the archery guy liked his performance, gave him a heart.
Yep. And Prelude. Our Prelude song was Minuet, it looks like.
Yes, you're correct. Ooh, Cinny doing frogs.
Okay.
Did we even see a Frogs 2 hit yet? I don't remember. Okay. Well, we're about to find out. There's another bomb bag. All right, so this see both bomb bags. One was in Zora's domain for diving minigame, and the other one's on Frog.
Yep, definitely.
And our third one's in the back of Shadow.
Yeah, that scale looks pretty pathy now.
Yeah.
Drew potentially going to do ice?
I think he's going for the song check, and then, yeah, he's got other things to do.
Literally can't do ice. What am I talking about? We don't have a hook shot yet.
What do you mean? He's got bomb shoes. Just bomb over. Not allowed, gamers. Not in this rule set. Alright, so Flea's going to be making it through the second stretch of DC here. Cinny is now getting around and checking those hints and is whipping out the ocarina to go to Lake to likely plant the beam.
Mm-hmm.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Zeph seems to be going for Goron City and potentially what he can of the crater and trail loop. There is a big chest in here. It just has the fire arrows. We saw that from Flea already. That's why he's kind of a little later getting to DC than the others.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind is that we still don't have access to the Fire Temple entrance. No hovers, no hookshot, and no bolero yet. So we are still missing a song, and then we can't get into GTG, even though with our item set, you can actually do a lot in there. Sure, we don't have hookshot, but there's a lot of... We got Song of Time, even. So there's a lot you can check in there right now.
Yeah, and all of these runners know hookshotless GTG, so basically the only thing would be toilet.
Yeah, which, you know, most of the time runners have access to that, and they go, that's one of the checks that if it's if it's something I don't care. There was the other important check in Hierophil 2 on Medigoron. We already seen Bombchu bowling for the first time since Cine has the bomb bags. And could get more Bombchus or a bottle. That was just an empty bottle. That was not Rudo's letter. As a reminder, Rudo's letter is on its side to help us identify it. And then, yeah, I haven't seen anyone do Hyrule Castle yet, so this might be some good information for Cine, but I think we've seen most of the hints at this point. Come on, Cine, show us Hyrule Castle 3. Do it for the fans.
I don't think there is a single hint remaining that would be useful to take that time and go there.
Yeah, Zephyr Peaked Crater, by the way. Was that Rudo's letter sitting up there? I think Flea was in here earlier, but I didn't see it.
Yes, Rang is on claim check. And there is another strength. That's really good news for Cine. Because it is not looking like we're going to go into Ganon's for any items today.
No, that actually might have bailed Cine out pretty well. So I definitely say Cine's back in it now, not having to go to Haunted Wasteland. Cine stands to save time over these other runners.
Yep. Yes, that is letter. Sorry, I'm seeing it on Drew's screen now.
Yeah. No, I wrote it down. Whoop. It was easier to tell once they climbed up.
So, you said field. I thought it said lake. Did anyone in chat happen to see what that other
what would be the
major item hint was?
Oh, so you think if it says lake, then it would have to be either adult fishing, because I don't think we saw that yet, or the lab checks. Okay, so lake has two.
The lake has two. Okay.
Okay.
Because I can't remember what all we found in field. The bow and the song would automatically be 2.
I think we found everything in field. I think between all the runners, we saw the grottos.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a good point. Now, City's Back Adult is going to play Nocturne, go to Adult Spirit, it looks like, which Drunus is starting right now.
Yep. Yeah, no hovers, so they can't complete this dungeon yet. Unless there's a hookshot in here.
Well, this season, that's a good point. This season, I believe hookshotless boss entrance is allowed, so if they found the key early, they could climb the statue.
Yep. What was in Lake? Oh, we haven't seen anything in Lake yet.
No, we know a lot of things in Lake that isn't important.
Yeah.
If that helps
but
you.
We know it's Path to Bane, and we know that there's 2 major items there. They can do the hoverless, hookless, true.
Yeah.
Drew might be insane enough to do that mid-race on a weekly restream against Flea and Zeph, specifically.
There's a very specific scenario where Drew does it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if he knows it either, but it's the kind of thing that he would do.
Yeah, to Mr. Mario's point, though, in chat, there are a lot of changes this season that have put quite a few more tricks on the table for runners, and every runner I've spoken to has been de-rusting or practicing for Season 9. They've all, like, I have a lot of tricks to practice. Like, it's not just, making sure I remember how to do hookshot extension for Gerudo Valley Bridge or water hop, which that one's fairly easy, but all of these other hover boots movements and hookshotless strategies, you're going to be seeing runners practice a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of one of the interesting things, I talked about Gold Scale Water earlier, specifically because it is in Logic, and so we might not see Iron Boots for that reason today. But Iron Boots have kind of been buffed a little for Water, which is the opposite of any previous season, where it's like, people are basically going out of their way to find that gold scale versus hunting for Iron Boots. And this season, it's like Iron Boots and one hook, easy.
Yeah, because if you find Iron Boots, that means you don't need to find Longshot. And if there's anything anyone should remember from Season 8, there were more than one Longshot casinos.
Gold Scale Water Temple has been in base Logic for as long as I've been in the community. So, early 2021. I'm not sure when that decision was made, if it was long before that. But at least 5 years worth of time it's been in Logic. Yeah, exactly. Gold Scale entrance into water.
Yeah. For those who might be wondering about that, is specifically referring to entering Water Temple entrance by shooting the switch from above and then swimming down with Gold Scale. There's also another trick you can use with Gold Scale inside of water you have to have long shot or something and Gold Scale. You could bypass the boost requirement to get into the room where you meet Rudo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about getting into water.
Yeah. No, solely getting into that space, not doing any checks in there. Alright, so Cinny appears to be planning to go into Forest to see if he can pick up those light arrows. Can do King Zora on the way.
Right. We got that lovely blue fire arrow early from adult Cucko lady, and we have magic to actually use it with. It's a dream scenario.
Alright, just a piece of heart. That was a logical first bow in a practice seed the other day. So.
Whoa. It's a very inconvenient first bow since you're gonna need that blue fire bottle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so you ended up with a situation where you got 2 wallets hinted path to go buy blue fire.
Mm-hmm. Oh, happy 1 hour mark, by the way, everybody. This is Zelda Speedruns. This is the Zora weekly race. It is on the Season 9 settings for the Standard Tournament, which starts in January. As an unfortunate death by Flea, but got that fairy in a bottle earlier from Item. Speaking of Flea, we want to thank Flea, Judis, Zephyr, and Cinny, our racers today, for sharing their perspectives with us here on Zelda Speedruns for the restream. Also want to thank Baseball for restreaming, as well as Baseball, Mel, and Lady Draco for tracking. Lady Draco tracking too, and also thanks Mel for being with me on comms. If anyone has any questions about Season 9 tournament, Mel, I heard you know a few things about it.
I might know a few things about it, and thank you, Burrito, for being on comms to me. It's comms with me. It's very exciting to be getting some weekly restreams going again. I am not pushing any buttons, just to be clear. Baseball and Lady Draco are the heroes there.
Oh.
We just helped screenshot some info.
Okay. Baseball gets triple the
yes
candy treat. I don't know.
Yeah,
how do we reward people? How do we reward volunteers for a good job?
Where's Trez? Trez, can you send us some, like, send Baseball some Stollen or something? That is a German Christmas treat.
Oh, okay. I'm more familiar with Danish treats, having Danish in-laws now, so every Christmas I eat rice porridge and klingla, which in the US people call it kringle, but...
Yeah, kringle is great. We're largely German, Norwegian, Swedish in the area of the US that I live in, and so
oh yeah,
we get a lot of fun stuff, so kringle is a good one.
Yeah, my wife has a few dollar horses, and she has like a dollar horse keychain, and a woman saw it once, and she's like, "Oh, are you Swedish?" She's like, "No, I'm Danish." I know it's like a Swedish thing, but the Danes like it too.
Our big thing is like lefse.
Okay.
Yep. So it's like it's like a potato crepe.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's hard to describe, but you just put some butter on it, or if you're feeling really spicy, some butter and sugar. Delicious.
By the way, everybody, if you haven't been here before, this is how you know someone's entered Forest Temple, as we get very off topic all of a sudden. Cinny did just enter Forest Temple.
Yeah, this will be interesting how Cinny goes about routing this dungeon without a hook shot. Because really, there's only the one check, which means that, of course, that's going to be our large chest here with our light arrows. I would agree, like, the American cultural Christmas treat is the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. But regionally, there are so many good things.
I put in chat Reese's peanut butter cups in the Christmas tree shape, and everyone's like, "Yeah."
See,
Damn.
This is the thing that's actually gonna get me, like, ostracized from society one day. I do not enjoy the peanut butter chocolate combination.
That's okay, because Reese's isn't peanut butter. It's this really fake amalgamation that looks like peanut butter. So
I know.
like, oh, I don't like
just
peanut butter. I'm like,
it's too
don't worry,
sweet.
it's not.
So, like, peanut butter and dark chocolate, I can be okay with. But just like a milk chocolate covered peanut butter like substance, I can't do it. Yeah, it's just. Ugh.
That's fair. Unfortunately, our runners are not pulling milk peanut butter from Lake Hylia right now, but Drunis, having already done child fishing, is going into Zora's domain, which we know this is where he's going to find his bomb bag off diving minigame.
Yep.
Drunis, I think, already went upriver, so I don't know if he's going to downriver. Actually, he will for the beans, because everyone's gotten the hints at this point. They know something's on the roof, maybe, something's on adult fishing, or something's in lab. So I think they're all thinking about beans.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about beans. But yeah, we also didn't mention earlier, Cinny did dip out of Spirit, knowing that he doesn't have hovers or hook shots. So Cinny was like, whatever, I'm gone. Flea's still going, though. And then Zephyr's getting around to do Child Spirit.
Well, how about Kroomkaka? That's the other one that's big around here.
Damn. Now, listen,
No.
This is going over the lunch hour. You gotta stop. It's making me hungry. We were talking about this before the restream started today.
Yeah. I was like, I decided like an hour before this that I had to just pick a food and eat it, or I wouldn't eat until after this was done, and it sounds like Burrito and Baseball were in similar situations.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks, Trez.
Trez resuscitated the bot. Thank you.
Get those blame Trezes in chat.
But he blame him for thanking him?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Alright. Cinny just pulling up keys so far in Forest. Hasn't found those light arrows yet, which we know we're in here, thanks to Dampe. And then Flea's working up. So we didn't mention this earlier, but up here at the top is the ZL room, where the normal boss key is. And we found our first slingshot in there. I don't know if that will be important, but I also don't know when these runners are going to get around to Lost Woods checks again.
That's super interesting, because that slingshot has to be behind another ranged weapon.
Right.
And with that scale being path for a bomb bag, it seems to be. Or potentially whatever else is in a lake. There's got to be something else before that.
Right. Okay,
Where
looks
was
like
the
Junus
scale?
is...
Where was the scale?
Scale was Child Side Spirit. I don't remember the exact chest.
Like in climb?
I think it was in the room with the Lizalfos. Second chest.
Second chest up climb. Okay.
Drunus is gonna find a bomb bag here, which it looks like Drunus didn't go and do diving minigame, or just didn't mark it on his tracker. He didn't mark it. That's the bigger bomb bag, so Drunus is like, ah, here it was. Here both they were, but he's gonna grab some beans here.
Classic. Yeah, I think Zeph ended up using a chew to go upriver, and that's how he got a bomb bag. Because he wanted to
And
get
there's
beans.
finally light arrows for Cinny and Forest Temple in the Lore Master room. So you can actually just avoid needing a hook shot to get it.
Very nice. So that's lights, that's great. When you decide to go do that is kind of a tricky thing in dungeon entrance rando. It is anyway if you have to get out to the ice entrance. But we'll see if doing that now versus later pays off.
For those who came in with the Zelda speedruns raid earlier, looking at Majora's Mask Randomizer Multi-World, some of you may be aware of this already, but light arrows aren't as cool as they are in Ocarina of Time. It really doesn't do it anything. It lets us finish the seed. Was that Ocarina of Time's Bolero?
I thought it said Requiem. But maybe it was Bolero.
B's and R's, capitalized, can look similar.
True. Lake to Bane.
That was Prelude. I'm wrong on both accounts.
OoT is not Prelude.
Yeah, like, didn't we find it already in Royal 2?
Yeah, we have Prelude.
Okay, it's Requiem. I believe baseball. What is the goal here? The goal here, Wayfaring Fox, is to defeat Ganon. To get to Ganon's castle, though, we do need to bring up the Rainbow Bridge, which is the vanilla requirements. The vanilla requirements are Shadow and Spirit Medallion light arrows, and then 6 medallions for Ganon's boss key.
Yep. And it's true. Ice arrows also weren't as cool. Blue fire arrows, I think, are a very fun addition. I know some players are still very torn about them because they kind of started as a meme.
Oh, sure. You know where ice arrows are very cool, though, unironically, and I don't mean this as a joke, is in Battle Royale. Ice arrows have a lot of application in one-hit KO scenarios, and if some of you maybe want to see that, the finals for the Battle Royale tournament this year are next week. I think it's like Tuesday? Tuesday or Monday, depending on your time zone. So, and that'll be streamed here on Zelda Speedruns Monday. Thank you, baseball. And sure enough, there was a hook on top of Lake Lab.
There had to be one somewhere. So what does that let our players do? Spirit. Finish off Spirit, get into Fire, almost. We still need our boots or another scale. Yeah, and we're still looking for that claim check or whatever adult trade item we've ended up with today.
We had Graveyard's Path to Baronade, and we found Hammer in there so far, and obviously we also found Prelude. Oh, there's our other important item. There's Slingshot on adult fishing. So there's the first Slingshot, like you mentioned.
Yep. Oh, this is starting to feel a little, like, messy.
Yeah, I don't think... So obviously all 4 of these runners found these items pretty late, so I'm sure many others in the race room are in this scenario, but if you were in this race, you know, yourself, you might be going, man, somebody got that hook like 45 minutes ago. You know what I mean? You have that in your mind right now, because logically, to get the bean, you need scale or bomb bag. And in this case, it looks like we needed to get scale from Child Spirit, which we did quite a while ago. So logically, that hook shot was pretty available early.
Yeah. And this is like... So this is tough, because I am thinking of our path to Volvagia, which is non-existent in this seed. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so something for either our lights or our adult trade quest item is additionally behind whatever that hammer requirement is. So that would mean that, like, our Goron tunic, our wallets, all of these things are canceling each other out. Our bow would have to be required, which I don't think we've seen something for that yet. So I'm starting to get suspicious of, okay, what's in fire or what's behind Saria's? Why don't we have a path here? It's very unlikely that it's not hovers locked. Where are these things falling?
Right. And we're getting to the point in the seed where our runners are actually pretty loaded on a lot of items. There's a lot of things they could be doing. So this is going to start coming down to very informed decisions on their routing. So a really good example is Cindy's back in Adult Spirit again without Hookshot cleaning it up. Yep. So Cindy's figures maybe I can make a little progress here. Luckily, Cindy has wind, as we found that earlier in the seed. So you're not losing a whole lot of time by coming in and out if you need to save your progress somewhere within the dungeon. But you're tying up your wind. You're committing your wind for that purpose. So,
yep, which we did see Flea do. He melted the face and then set FW, so we'll come back with a hook shot. Is Flea really missing a bow?
I believe so. I don't think Flea made it out to Hyrule Field to break open the boulder.
See, that's really gonna be rough for Flea, who already crossed. So went over to the GTG area, crossed the wastelands, and opted to skip Northfield after having done Southfield with those chews. Like, the near Market Grotto is right there. So in theory, you don't forget to do it eventually. But I've seen it more often than you would think.
Right. It's easy to forget about Hyrule Field checks, especially if you already did some, which Flea already did do some. Flea just never made it out to the north end. So, like, I don't think Flea did the Market Grotto. I don't think Flea checked Tektite Grotto, which we know Tektite Grotto is not anything from previous peaks, but
Mm-hmm.
since he already has gone to Gerudo Valley twice, it's like, well, when do you go check Northwest Hyrule Field?
Mm-hmm.
I guess when you're like, time to do pose.
Yeah. Pose is a good shout, though, honestly. Our horse was in a path location. We did get Dins there, which is hard required. Not even just logically required.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just challenging for Flea, because Flea, again, since he doesn't have bow, he's not going to be thinking about pose even, so you can't even get that to bail him out.
Horse was in Lon Lon Ranch.
Yeah.
Which is a path to Rova.
You know, that's a good point to bring up, though. So strength. We found our strengths in Long Lawn Ranch, Haunted Wasteland, and Hyrule Castle. So at that point, is that strength still path for Rova?
Trying to remember where all of our strengths were.
One in
Ranch. One is still... Yeah, I know. One is out of logic still, so the one in Wasteland is not available.
Right. Yeah, for Fox's point in chat, it does look like probably Dins.
Dins is path. That's what I was saying. Yep. But it doesn't mean that horse is not also a path item. This is the tricky thing, trying to parse out, do I follow these other things to this? Yeah. It's also not necessarily the only one, so...
That's why, when we found that earlier, it was just like, well, just follow all three of those.
Yeah.
And Flea finally got his hook shot, an hour and 20 in. So Cinny will be the last to find the hook shot, but Cinny did plant beans earlier, so Cinny just needs to play Serenade to go grab it when they want to check it.
Yep. And we have Serenade, so it's not the worst to route that in. What does that give us access to, though? Oh, GTG?
Yeah, GTG, the Bolero song, check. You could plant the bean for Ruto's letter, if you really wanted to. If you really wanted to. Bottom of the well.
Bottom of the well?
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of checks, but that's out of the way, and we might not need to go there.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably wouldn't push that before finishing Spirit, which is what Zeph is doing, going and finding light arrows, which is what Drew is doing. Flea only has Rova left, so is going to beat Spirit first, so I would imagine he and Zephyr end up in Forest around the same time. And then, honestly, I think one of the big question marks here is how many of our runners, both on stream and in the overall race, know how to just use the hook shot to get into the water entrance.
I would hope most of them. I feel like that one's pretty easy. But to the point, I don't think anyone's found gold scale. Well, no one's found gold scale yet on Restream.
No.
So someone's got to find boots or gold scale first before we worry about that. But yeah, to your point, that's definitely one of the easier ones to learn. So I want to be
boots
too
were
worried
chilling,
about it.
but oh, we're trolling today, gang.
All right, so Flea's gonna start Twin Rover here as well, right behind Zephyr. Hopefully Twinrova behaves a bit more for Flea. And Jurnus is finally getting to Force, which, with Hookshot, don't need it to find light arrows as we found, but we'll definitely take a load off Drew's mind. That's likely why he put off coming here any sooner, is just in case.
Yeah.
Didn't want to have to revisit. And Cinny in Adult Jabu.
Okay. We don't have a rang chest hint. And technically it is faster to do this basement portion as adult. Just because you're a little taller.
Right.
Whee. Alright, Chad, go ahead. Why isn't
he was
Rudo
over
on
there.
F1?
Listen, if you provoke them, then they'll do it. Yeah, Jabu entrance isn't that out of the way, so I can see why Cindy's coming in here, saving some time later.
Mhm.
Might also be just giving himself some time to think about what to do next.
Yeah. And again, we have no reason to believe that there isn't something on Rang Chest, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we're still missing Iron Boots, Gold Scale, Hover Boots. We haven't found Kokiri's sword yet.
There's Gold Scale.
Oh, there it is. It's just on Twinrova.
Okay, so now we get to start seeing interesting things. Like, does Zeph actually just play Serenade here and go beat Fire?
Maybe.
Minuet.
Wow, so Spirit had both our scales today.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh, why are we doing ice?
Or what, going into ice?
Yeah, why?
Because Zephyr really wants to show off those blue fire arrows that we were glazing earlier.
Maybe...
I'm not sure, actually. Like, is there really... there's not really another song we need. It's this... I think it should be Sun Song at the end of this, right?
Do we have a Bolero hint? Yeah, but lights are in forest.
Yeah, so this season features dungeon entrance randomizer, so forest temple entrance in this seed is ice cavern. So that's why we're like... not sure. And all of our runners know the entrances. It's provided as information in the pause screen on the map. So... Zephyr knew this was ice.
Yeah, not getting big Goron sword when you have blue fire arrows is not a choice I support. I will go on record.
Like, I know we don't have Bolero to your point, but we have Hookshot, so like if you really want to get into Fire Temple entrance, you could just do it.
Yeah. I guess it's possible he's thinking maybe it's Suns and Graveyard is still Path. But as we've seen, that Hammer has locked enough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't show you my work, but the vibe seems to be Hammer was likely the path there.
Yeah. So, like, I can talk myself into thinking this is fine, but with an entire progression dungeon available, that is behind that Hammer, I don't know. But you know what? Flea's doing it too, so I am missing something, clearly.
Yeah. If I have these runners come in for an interview, this is definitely one of the great questions to ask them is like, hey guys, were you warm? Did you want to cool off and ice? What was that play?
Yeah.
Because from our perspective as commentators, we know we have a bit more information than the runners do, since we're seeing 4 runs at the same time. So their mindset's not always reflective of ours, right?
Yeah.
So we're just like, You know, you could have gone into Forest and got light arrows, but they don't know that. For all they know, light arrows is on Ganon. Phantom Ganon.
No, they know it's in Forest because of the hint.
Okay, so Diesler in chat brings up a good point. Rushing Ice is never the wrong play ever.
True.
So how do we define Rushing Ice now that we have Dungeon Entrance Randomizer on? Is Rushing Ice going to Ice Cavern Entrance, or is it going to Ice Cavern?
This is...
We have two
This,
rushes.
to me, what Flea and Zeph are doing is rushing Ice.
At an hour and a half in, though, I don't know if that's rushing.
But they just got a hook shot. They just got access to it.
That's true. They did it immediately. Thanks, chat. Yes.
Jax, good point. It is hook locked. It is hook locked. And it is pretty fast with the blue fire arrows.
But we didn't get anything from it other than Sunsong, and
I mean, at least for me, if I were making this play, hoping that it leads to Suns for Graveyard, at least that paid out.
I suppose
Cindy
to your point, that's exactly what Zeph is looking at right now. So
Yep.
we're gonna find out. This might be big.
This might be the biggest brain play. Cindy did not plant the bean in Lake earlier, so is doing that now. I can't wait for this to, like, be another slingshot, though.
No, it's small. Okay,
It's
so it
trash.
didn't pay out. But again, two runners, and these are all top runners. Like, again, 3 of these made top 32 last year in the main tournament, and then Zeph was in Challenge Cup, and I think did pretty well in quals. Which brings me to a question, Mel. I noticed that the Season 8 information is off the website, but not in the archive yet. When will it be?
What?
If you know.
Sorry?
For Season 8 qualifiers last year are no longer on the page on OcariofTimeRandomizer.com, but they also haven't been put in the archive section yet. Do you...
You know, I didn't
Yeah.
know that there was an archive section.
It's literally right below it, but
Okay.
I won't fault you for it.
But I can tell you that all of that information is still on the Season 8 page for Mido's house. So
Oh, quals
you
are
can
too?
still look at it until it gets to the archive section of OoT Randomizer.
Oh, okay.
The trickiest thing is that it is not for all runners. It is only for top 32, and the Challenge Cup will have through 96.
Okay. Yeah, the archive isn't like full information. It was just like a summary of like wins and what their points were, which is honestly all I was looking for. Anyways.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final scores is all that's on Mido's, unless you dig into each of the qual races, and then it will give you more info. But
No, I'm not digging back into every qual
Yeah,
rate.
yeah.
Race. That's a lot. I'm just like, well, for quals, be nice to say what their overall Season 8 performance was.
yep.
But anyways.
And I mean, I know we were just looking at this. Yeah, Jax is going to be doing a deep dive. We did change the points calculation for this qual season. We compared it against last year's quals and standings, so it looked pretty solid.
Yeah, if anyone wants to learn more about that, again, on YouTube, you can watch the showcase last week where Jax did a great job of explaining some of the methodology going into it and the work that's been done so far on the qualifier point system. Also, Zephyr went to GTG, so Zephyr's on a I'm gonna check my optional dungeon tirade right now.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, like Jack said, following that hook-locked piece.
Yeah, and it looks like Flea has the same idea.
And I think Drew is gonna just go to fire from the look of it. Little pause here as he pulls up his video, but I actually don't think Drew needs a video for this.
Yeah.
Babe plays multi-world, which has used dungeon entrance rando for quite a few years now.
Mm-hmm. So in the bottom right, we can see Drew setting up for that hookshot entry into Water Temple like we were talking about earlier, which again, this is in logic. So this is definitely a trick you will want to learn for this upcoming season if you haven't already, especially since Water Hop inside for Morpha, should you find Water Temple somewhere and you need to do it, could reduce the need for having a long shot, aka eliminate it from your seeds. So there's a lot of seeds that are going to finish just with hookshot. Oh, is it a lot with just hook? No. Oh, okay.
No.
So we still need...
Yeah, the logic expects you to stand on the far edge like you usually see. But Drew nailing that once he got the setup right. So, Cine beating Twin Rova now, so all of our runners will be kind of caught up on progression. Well, not entirely. Flea and Zeph still need to go do Forest for the light arrows. They weren't too deep in the dungeon, but it is a commitment to get out to that ice entrance.
So GTG hasn't brought up anything yet for Zeph.
No. I don't really expect it to, but again, it thus far is hard hook locked. Vanilla Bolero, no hovers. Path hook.
Yeah, I thought Flea was going to go in GTG, but it looks like Flea's actually going down DMT. Maybe you might see another adult Jabu here. Nope.
I would expect this to be going for lights, but probably pick up the song first. Nope.
When you get that at this point, you know Bolero's Bolero. Oh, there's long shot.
Oh, okay. Zelf will be glad to find that, because I'm assuming part of the reason that he didn't go into fire is just not being comfortable with hook-only entry.
Yeah. In a race scenario, if you're not, like, comfortable with the setup, it's definitely difficult. In practice, you're like, oh, okay, this isn't too bad, but then when you're in a race, you're like, wait, what's the setup for this?
It's just like when the first logical bow is on bongo and people have just like brute forced their way to that point and they're looking up the chew strat.
Yeah. Luckily that one doesn't happen too often, but I guess with Dungeon Entrance Randomizer, something to keep in the back of your head.
Yeah.
So Cindy now done with Spirit Temple. Let's see here. Looks like Zeph is gonna clean up GTG here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much left at this point. And then, yeah, probably play Bolero and go get lights before going and doing fire.
I feel like at this point we're going to find something in fire that leads us to claim check with the hammer.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, but...
Yeah.
Only
we've seen a lot of the other hammer stuff, so...
Yeah. And thus far, the bow, specifically, only led us to a Goron tunic, and all of the other options to buy a Goron tunic.
So fun. Much easier way to open that switch. Just a long shot there from Zeph in the upper right.
Yep. Yeah, so a little detour, but if it means you're more comfortable with the setup that you're using and you're not losing time trying to get used to a setup, like...
Yeah. These are just weeklies to get used to the settings and focusing on that. Tricks
Yeah.
like that are often practiced outside of race scenarios.
Yes.
Especially when you're on restream, some of these runners might go, I'm not going to go for
Yeah.
the thing that I'm not fully comfortable with. I'm just going to
Yeah.
go do the thing. Some of the runners in this race room who are not on restream may be trying to do it, even if their comfort level's different. But
Yeah.
you always have to remember that restream changes people's brains too.
Yeah, and it also depends, like, how much time do people have to be practicing? Like, yesterday, I watched a pickup race where someone full-on was learning water hop, trying water hop for the first time. Because that might be all the time that you have to practice. And so you're just gonna have to say, it's a pickup race, it's a weekly, these races don't matter.
No, exactly. There's boss key.
There's boss key. I am curious if Drew continues.
If he sets wind, he's not going to. But it looks like he's at least going to check out this floor.
Yeah. I think that's smart. There's...
Oh, it's foolish? Oh, okay.
Fire is foolish? Oh. That would have been helpful, like, for us to remember.
Oh, we were talking about claim check stuff?
Yeah. So Drew doesn't have that. So Saria's.
Yeah. That's stinky. I mean, we're gonna get Burning Cack anyways because we nerfed 6 medallions, so it's not like a huge deal.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to go back to Goron City or Forest, Lost Woods, and play your instrument for the fans.
Yeah. I mean, it's always Child Goron City, so I'd go there first, but...
Well, luckily they're not far from each other in terms of chat.
Right, yeah. You're right, baseball. I do see it on a couple of these trackers. First 2 checks in shadow are an option, and it kind of looks like that's what Cine is doing. We are still missing letter for logical fountain access. So it could just be bait too. I don't know. I think Dad is gonna have our goods today.
It's the holiday season. He wants to give gifts to all the runners in the weekly.
He is our Santa.
Seedrunus fighting Volvagia right now. Not getting trolled.
Very
nice. Good kill on Volvagia. It's been fun watching some runners come back and start to de-rust. Some have been participating in tournaments throughout the year, whether it's Ocarina of Time, Randomizer, or Majora's Mask, or a different rando they really enjoy. Some have just kind of been on hiatus since Season 9 ended, or at least SGL. And sure enough, a few of the runners that I've watched are like, I just forgot how to do Volv. Like, if there's one boss you're going to forget, it's doing Volvagia quickly.
Yep. There is a big chest up here on Fortress Rooftop.
Yeah, which all of our other runners weren't able to get this earlier because they didn't have hovers or hook shot. And Cine looks like they didn't grab Scarecrow yet as a vault, so they can't call up Scarecrow yet.
And we'll...
Listen, T-Ris, you're calling yourself out. I didn't say anything. T-Ris, everybody, a Rush Ice enjoyer.
How is that working for you, T-Ris? Rushing Ice and skipping Dompe.
Never skip Dompe. He's lonely.
Dompe has had light arrows in like half the seeds that I've watched. Dompe is T-resist 10 skulls. You can skip Dompe all you want, but don't complain to me about it.
Yeah, right. One thing that I also want to point out, because we're talking about de-rusting and learning tricks, is that the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord has been very helpful for players who are coming back or learning. I thought of it because Cindy's doing an excellent job of horseback archery right now, but people have been asking, wait, how do I get 1500 consistently in this thing? Because I think there was a practice race where it came up, and someone's like, wait, how do I do this? And people were happy to share video tutorials and such.
All right.
Yeah, Dampe had Megaton Hammer.
So Drew losing some of that advantage that he gained earlier by not having this Fire Foolish hint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna go all the way back up, it looks like, to Megaton Hammer chest, so we're gonna see a fire clear.
Yeah.
And Cinny going into Force, or Shadow. Sorry, I'm looking at Flea set Wind while Cinny sets Wind, and they're in two different spots.
Yes, Cinny's not even doing the checks in here, which might be a mistake, but I guess he can do it when he comes back for that chest. Zephyr using choose strats on Volvagia there, not something that he usually does. So clearly practicing that a little bit. If you are doing any sort of Volvagia quick kill and Volv pops out on those kind of flanking holes, you want to hit Volv or she's going to get mean.
Absolutely. She can sour your experience pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cinny setting Scarecrow song and playing Nocturne to go into a dungeon to use Wind to get back to check the big chest on top of Fortress. That's why Cinny set Wind there.
Yes.
Big brains. Big brain movement tech for Wind. And Flea checking Lab Dive for money.
Yeah, I don't think Flea has the Lake 2 hint.
No, but we got to see the rare fully clear Lake Hylia / know what's on it. Sun doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that chest is gonna be hover boots.
I hope that doesn't bait City into doing, like, Shadow. I don't think it will. I think he'll set Wind. If it is hover boots, he'll set Wind, leave, and go do other higher priority things.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's no reason that Shadow can't have our claim check stuff.
Right. It's just Shadow's quite the commitment, and we already know that from a dual hint earlier, the back of Shadow only has a bomb bag and Neighbor's Love, so it's already 2 item checks out of the way, so you know a lot of your other checks ahead of time are going to there's Prescription.
Oh, there's Prescription. Okay.
That's a big pull for Cinny. I don't know when these other 3 runners are going to get back to Fortress.
I think Zeph is headed there now.
Oh, that's true, doing Hyrule Field checks.
He's doing Field, I think, into Fortress.
Hmm.
But I don't know... I don't know for sure, obviously. He also has to still go to Forest and get lights, but at least he, like, can get there quick.
Yeah, Cinny is a light arrows ahead of Zephyr.
Sucks.
What?
Prescription sucks.
Yeah, we're going to see a long trade quest here today.
Yeah.
Well, we all have blue fire arrows and magic, so saving King Zora isn't that bad today.
Yeah,
rather just left them on ice, but...
If Zeph is headed there, which it looks like he is, he's gonna, I think, save some time. Because I think if you have Prescription in your inventory when you unfreeze King Zora and speak to him, that overrides the item. So you can still collect the item, but I think it starts the trade quest timer. But I might be lying. There's some interaction, but maybe it's if you have frog. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought that was because people call the trick frog timer. So that's my thought.
Epona, the bridge is fixed. Get your shit together, girl.
Hey, there are no railings on that bridge, so that's scary.
I mean, I agree. I am terrified of heights, so I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jabu has our letter for our logical... Oh, this is one of my favorite things. You just hook shot right up to those vines when you have long shot. Oh, it's so good.
You're like, cool.
Yep. Oh, time save.
Some walking. Yeah.
Yep. Our ring is hinted there, so we hike in a bit.
Yep, and Zeph is going to grab this. So Zephyr is going to be in a good position. Right now, Drunus, I think, had the lead up until he decided to commit to fire.
Yeah, I would agree. And now, I think you're right. I don't know when Drew thinks of going back there. But without hovers, it's not super compelling.
No, but it looks like Flea might actually be going back there right now, having called Epona.
Yep.
I think they all peeked that chest. They know it's there. I just don't know who's going to prioritize it more. And it looks like Flea might be doing it. Drunus might not be far behind. It's just, again, that fire really delayed him.
What is Seth doing? Okay.
Yeah, Bolero.
I think he forgot that this starts with King Zora. When it's prescription. I would say the most annoying thing about the timer is that, like, it just keeps going. So he has to pick between lights and trade quest here, and you know you're doing trade quest, but, like...
I, too, find it annoying when the timer keeps going and someone finishes before me.
Right.
Oh, wait, different timer. But yeah, we're going to be seeing Zeph start the trade quest here at Prescription with King Zora. Cindy's about to deliver those frog eyeballs. And then Flea's going to grab Prescription and be right behind them. So despite taking pretty different routes, especially Cindy's been on a whole different track for, like, almost the entire seed. They're all about to line up here pretty closely in trade quest limbo.
Yeah. Cindy still has to go into fire and do that, but that's not the end of the world.
No, luckily you don't have to even climb that far.
He does not have the Bolero warp to do that timer manip.
No.
So
that's also true.
If Zephyr remembers to unequip his Goron tunic, that will save him a lot of time over Cindy.
This is one of those tricks where I feel like doesn't come up very often, because you have to be at a certain progress in the claim check trade quest, and then you just need to have something behind claim check, where I just really never paid attention to it, but I've seen it come up more than once. So it's one of those things where you're just gonna have to whip it out every once in a while if you really want to do it. And yeah, it looks like Zeph unequipped Fire Tunic, so we're gonna see that play out on Zeph's side.
Yeah, I will say I managed to do this timer manip my first attempt doing it, and so I have a soft spot for it and don't think that it's that hard to do. Definitely recommend it. As you can see, Cindy's still making his way up there.
Yeah. So interestingly, Flea actually didn't go do the trade quest immediately. Flea went into ice.
But Flea already did ice.
Yeah, I don't... Oh. Blue fire...
Flea doesn't
have bow still.
He still doesn't have the bow!
No.
Oh my god.
That's right. He doesn't have a bow still. Sorry, we're almost pushing 2 hours. I'm like, dang, he still has not checked Market Grotto.
That's crazy.
It's happened before. It's been a deciding
Yeah.
factor in races, specifically Market Grotto.
Yep. So let's take stock. Drew, unfortunately, has lost the plot here. Not really lost the plot, but a little. Is, I would say, firmly behind Cinny and Zeph at this point.
Mm-hmm. And behind Flea, too. Because Flea's going to go get prescription right now.
Without that bow...
But the bow's very accessible.
Yeah, but he hasn't gotten it yet.
I know, but...
Like, I don't know. I'm curious when he thinks to do that check.
Yep, yeah, that's a good point.
So, Cinny has Boomerang, has already brought in Rudo to floor 1. Cinny still has to climb up to Lower Maze in Fire. I do not know how comfortable Cinny is with this hookshot only setup here.
Mm-hmm.
Zeph still has to go get lights and will be a little behind in Jabu progression. So I think the two of them are pretty close, but I think Cinny has an edge.
Drina's grabbing Sarias from Burning Cack, and then here's Zephyr in the upper right doing the trick we were talking about earlier with the timer. So got eye drops, played Bolero, has the heat timer up.
Plenty of health to get over there.
Oh, tons of health.
Cinny having a little trouble finding the tip of this. What do you call this? Stone?
I just call it the water button.
The water button?
It lets you into water temple entrance. The doorbell?
The doorbell? Switch?
I mean, it is a switch, but...
I just feel like it needs to have a pretty name.
The diamond.
The Zora
The
thing.
tadpole, because it kind of looks like a tadpole when it pops out. But Zephyr got the trick off. I got that ring.
Yep. And it looks like
Cindy
he's gonna
nailed
go
that.
do Forest for the Lights now. And I think... I mean, I still think Cinny has the edge simply because Rudo is already out of the basement, but they're going to be pretty close, I think, between getting fire completion and light arrows.
Yeah. And,
The blue thingy. Yes.
No one has finished yet, so... I'm sure many runners are in similar situations to both people on Restream, either having just gotten prescription and fulfilled that, or still like, what am I doing? But I want to go back to a statement that was in chat by Ryuken. They noted that they find it shocking how much of a deciding factor that skipping Market Grotto 10 or 20 skulls has been in Season 9 settings so far from what they've seen across practices and weeklies. And I think part of that is Season 9 is turning out to be a little bit faster than Season 8 already. Our resident Chuckles was sharing some information. He collated himself yesterday. I'm sure everyone's very proud of him, especially Jackstronomy. Chuckles flexing his math.
Scientific.
He had a standard deviation even, like very official. But he shared that he went back and he checked all of the weeklies and I think some of the practice races or something.
He's done
finishers.
every S9 race done so far.
Yeah, every S9 race done so far on the Game Time website. And he found that first place on average is finishing 2 hours and 36 minutes. There's been one sub 2 hour. I was thinking it was like 156 or something. 2, sorry. 1 and 2 are very close, mathematically speaking.
Yes, but when you're talking averages, the fact that there are 2 really brought down that number, I think.
Oh, yeah. Because I think he said like the longest was like 3 hours and 30 something. So it seems like it's a bit faster. To Draxonomy's point, it's not faster than the S8 quals. But I think my point is that we haven't even gotten to quals yet. And it's already feeling a little bit faster on average. So I don't think we're going to be seeing like 2 hour average or anything. But if these seeds end up averaging closer to like 225, 230, I wouldn't be surprised, especially by the end of quals.
Yeah, I like we know that runners, yes, would prefer a kind of faster average time. Last year we were like, okay, if 2:30 to 3 hours can be the like aim, I think this year, if it's somewhere between 2:15 and 2:45, I think that's both reasonable and a good range.
Yeah.
And part of it is like we did kind of try to soften the impact of hints because like they're still very strong. We do want people to feel less frustration with the information that they get. And similarly, having that dungeon info, you're cutting off 20-ish minutes of traditional dungeon ER seeds because you don't have to map out those entrances.
Yeah. And to complete my thought there, the reason I said I think seeds are a little bit faster, which is leading to people skipping Market Grotto and like 10-20 and obvious stuff, is because our runners are like, people are going fast already. I need to go fast. So I think you're going to see a greater tendency to just abandon a lot of those easier checks, especially in this situation where, Flea actually has a very good number of items. It's just really the bow putting Flea out of it right now. But I'm sure as we hit 2 hours, Flea's like, okay, I missed the bow somewhere. Where is it?
People do cut corners a lot.
They're trying to shave down that time.
Yep.
Drunis, Saria's song Go! Which, by the way, Drunis pulled Iron Boots for Goron City Pot, so that was good.
Alright.
$50.
Took Zeph a little longer to get into Forest than I had sort of calculated, so Cine should be pretty well ahead, comfortably, at least on Restream. Flea heading to Jabu, maybe there's another bow in there.
That would save Flea, for sure. And yeah, the chat's playing. Happy 2 hours here at Zelda Speedruns. You are witnessing the Zora weekly race on the Season 9 settings for the upcoming main tournament in January. Is when qualifiers start. Come out and play. Don't need to sign up, just show up. But we want to thank everybody for being here today, especially our runners, Cine, Zephyr, Flea, and Drunis for sharing their streams with us. Also want to thank Lady Draco and Baseball for tracking 2 runners at the same time so we could see 4 times the fun today. Also, shouts to Baseball for hosting the restream for us. And thanks for being here, Mel, and providing all of your Season 9 knowledge to us, because I know there's been a lot of questions so far this season, so it's always great to have answers.
Yeah, and thanks for being here, Burrito. Once again, fun to have a weekly going. Nice to see 28 entrants in the pool today.
Yeah, people are excited. There have been, like you mentioned earlier, some people have been already grinding Season 9 for practice. A few people have been finishing up other tournaments, like Battle Royale we mentioned is happening Monday, which you should all come out and watch that. And then League is just wrapping up. So some people are finishing up their League matches, and they're going to start working on Season 9 for the rest of the year to practice up for qualifiers in January.
Yeah, I think League was excited when we delayed to January from November.
That would have been a lot.
Get another season in.
It's not lazy baseball. It's get to focus your efforts better. Cine taking on Volve though here. So far, having an okay time.
Yep.
And then Lee's showing us our first look at Jabu with a boomerang. So this is going to be new information beyond the stingers here, as we did see a little bit from Cine earlier. Okay, nothing on the stinger.
Yeah, that's...
Ink played 3 seeds back-to-back yesterday. What a monster. There are some runners in this community where, like, man, they don't only have skill, they have endurance. Cole is another one. Cole plays a lot.
Wow. Lights and Vol finish, like, simultaneously there. Drew, going through GTG, unfortunately, only that long shot was of real value in here. So, I don't know when Drew thinks of that chest on top of GTG. Oh, cute little save quit there because our child spawn is actually pretty close to where we need to go.
Yeah. Hack. Gotta get back to CAC. It's back to CAC. And we're gonna head on up to Jabu. So we're gonna see Zephyr and Cinny both making it to Jabu at the same time, following Flea.
Yep. Cinny with that approximately minute advantage, though, having already done Boomerang Chest, so... And... Still no finishers!
Nope. And
if you are... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it, and also a little bit of head of Zephyr because of already getting light arrows.
Yes. But Zeph just picked those up, so...
Oh, yeah. Working on your tracker, Zeph.
It's there, it's just... It's half. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh, if you are watching other runners, there is a bot. It will tell us when people finish in race time, so don't spoil us. We'll see it.
To answer Jackstronomy's question, there's nothing specifically Cinny and Zephyr need to go for right now. They're just basically racing against each other in terms of execution. Yeah, they're in long go mode. They got to clean up these medallions here.
I think this is probably one of the more balanced go modes, though, that I have seen so far in these settings. Because often I will see either hunting for one last item forever, or I have done a single dungeon and now have to do all of my other dungeons. But I have all my items now. Yo, wood cutting?
Yo, we're gonna cut some wood? I didn't know what wood cutting was in the Season 9. I'm looking forward to it.
Where?
Baseball's cutting some wood right now.
Let's go. I think Cinny and Zeph are a bad versus good climb execution apart right now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Zeph's gonna skip rank chest, obviously. They both skip the bubble room, the Shabam room.
Yeah, they are trying to get through Jabu Jabu as fast as possible. They're not really concerned about checks anymore at this point. They're just concerned with getting it done.
Yeah, triple Jabu. Alright, there's Drew picking up prescription. So he still has to do all of Trade Quest, but having Bolero, it shouldn't be too bad. Having the blue fire arrows, having already done KZ. Meanwhile, Flea really needs to find that bow. Fortunately, fire completion is not bow locked.
But we need a bow to shoot Ganon with. Ganondorf.
Sorry.
Alright. Let's pay attention to Flea and Baronade fight. Let's see a clean berry.
Zeph not taking advantage of that FW was the biggest mistake he's made in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, when you're this close in the race,
yeah.
every single like movement can shave off some time and close the gap. Of course, these runners don't know how close they are to one another.
Right, yeah.
But this is turning out to be a very close race between Cindy and Zephyr.
And this is the kind of thing I love about restreams. They, like you said, have taken very different paths, but both of them were doing things that made sense for the most part. GTG probably the biggest time sink for Zeph. Cine, I mean, kind of the backtracking.
They needed a lot of backtracking because of how long Cine delayed in getting that hook shot. So we saw a lot of dungeon revisits for Cine.
Yeah, and I have heard that from a lot of runners so far this seed, that they are backtracking a lot. But, I mean, if you have watched the other 3 runners, backtracking doesn't have to happen. And backtracking doesn't even, like, lose you a seed, necessarily. Cine is ahead.
No, absolutely. The main things runners try and trim down on, aside from backtracking, is, of course, age changing. Because that can cost you a lot of time. Luckily, Prelude wasn't in a terrible spot, but by the time we got it, we didn't really need to age change that much anymore. But usually that's something that you'll see runners do, where it's like, why aren't they going back to whatever to do the thing? It's like, well, that takes time, and they're already, out in X spot, so might as well just stay that age for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, Riken pointing out, if the 2 other bows are in Ganon's, that kind of sucks. But I think Flea at this point is like, okay, there is some very readily accessible location for this bow, and I've missed it. And that's why we see Flea here in Goron City, Child, which is another location that's always easy to abandon.
Yeah, notorious for having an item. Alright, so Cine entering phase 2 of Baronade just as Zeph enters the room, so still maintaining that probably, what, 30-ish seconds? 45?
We'll break even, we'll just say like 42.
Yeah.
And Cine done.
40.
So yeah, I think to your point, a clean climb up Ganon's tower is going to be very important for these runners, especially Zephyr if he wants to make up time, and Cine if he doesn't want to lose any time. And then Ganondorf is, for these top-level players, is kind of a freebie, but, Ganon likes to troll sometimes. But, we got the hammer, so...
Yeah, do ice again. Yeah, about 16 seconds separating these 2 runners.
That's really tight for any race, but a weekly? This is a very competitive weekly all of a sudden.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is one of the fun things about leading up to a main season. I don't think just for myself as an org, but seeing the kind of people who don't do a lot of practice races coming out of the woodwork. You mentioned that earlier, too. Like, people come back, participate. It's a lot of fun to see how many, like, good runners are here. Yeah. I love seeing the people who show up every week for weeklies anyway, but it's nice to see the pool be bigger.
Yeah, we have a lot of strong participants in the race room right now, but also as another reminder, Cine, Flea, and Drunis were top 32 last year. They made it into the main tournament brackets. Zephyr made it into Challenge Cup. And Zephyr's right now taking Flea and Drunis to task. So Zephyr obviously is competitive for that top 32 slot, like a lot of racers are. So it's going to be another very competitive season of qualifiers.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the toughest decisions that we discussed last year, was dropping from 64 to 32. Because we know top 64, anyone in that range can take a match off someone else. So that's probably one of the harder things, and one of the things that it's like, I wish that we could still do 64. We could, of course, but the size of the community, the competition within the community, it's so hard to support that, make the tournament shorter.
Yeah, because to your point, last year for Season 8, we did qualifiers November, December, and then took a break for the holidays to then do brackets. And one of the pieces of feedback I believe I heard was that people want the main tournament to not take so long, hence while moving it into January. Yep. So I know it's difficult to cut it down to 32, but the format is a little different this year, right? We have pools now.
Yes, so we're stealing from Triforce Blitz, where there are mini double elimination brackets that are in a group format. So you'll be playing in that double elim bracket against the group. It depends on your seeding after finishing the quals, of course. So kind of blending some of that with how Challenge Cup has done things in the past. And then, yeah, moving into a best of 3 bracket. So lower bracket, winners bracket are tough to keep in alignment timeline-wise. So this should hopefully smooth some of that out. It's not necessarily, bomb strats on Salt and Pepper, and suddenly Zephyr's in the lead.
Cindy's down to 1 heart, playing it safe, doesn't want to have to redo this climb.
Yep.
But also while you were doing an excellent job of explaining that reasoning and about pools, we did have our first finish day with Tanjo. 2 hours, GG's. 13 minutes. So GG.
And he said no to being on Restream. Come on, man.
He wanted to focus. Tanjo wanted to focus on the game.
I know. Tanjo, bless him. I've been watching him play over the last week, and he fell into what a lot of people were that first week of just like a single item was nowhere to be found for them. So I'm really glad he has found his groove going into the season. So GG's.
Yeah, GG. And we're going to be seeing other people finish soon here on Restream with Zephyr and Cinny. Drunus, a couple minutes behind here, having to do Jabu. And yeah, unfortunately, checking tower is not helping Flea at all, who found Lens in Light Trial.
Maybe there's a bow on Lens minigame.
I was thinking, like, does Flea go do Lens minigame and then go out and check Market Grotto? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We have Sunsong, so changing time of day is not that big of a deal.
Yep. I think that was a 1 cycle from Zeph.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Cinny,
so
so close behind.
Yeah. Lost it just on the tower climb. See, it's little execution things can really add up in these races when they are so competitive.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We have seen races come down to getting a hit from the Iron Knuckles there and having to take a slower strat. We have seen races lost to not buying a shield and going through all of Forest Temple without a shield. You don't think of it adding up that much time-wise, but it sure does when you're competing at this level.
Mm-hmm. Welcome in, Tanjo and Raiders. Congratulations on finishing the weekly first.
Hey, GG's.
GG. This one was ended up being a faster seed for the first place finisher. So, like we were talking about earlier in terms of length, and I could definitely see where a lot of times made up. And Cinny is gonna finish, I think, just under 220, and then obviously Zephyr is going to finish here very soon.
Yep. Yeah, assuming he doesn't roll badly like he did yesterday, should be fine.
Commentary curse. Don't do that. I think I curse Cinny when I'm like, Cinny needs a clean tower climb.
Oh no!
Mess up, and then Cinny has to use bombs on the knuckles. It's okay,
All right.
Cinny can blame me for this one.
We might have a second place finish. That's the real curse. The snipe in this cutscene, right?
It happens.
But Cindy also on final phase here. Just a couple more hits.
Also, I just want to point out, Flea went to GTG without a bow to look for bow. Very possible,
no.
but dang, that's wild. But GG to Zephyr, second place with 2 hours, 18 minutes.
Flea, my heart.
I know. I mean, to be fair, I probably wouldn't go back to market for lens check.
No! Yeah.
Uh,
GG's Zeph. Yep, Chuckles, you did. And GG's Cinny.
GG Senny. 2 hours, 18 minutes, 29 seconds. So less than 30 seconds between the two, and it just came down to Cinny having to use bombs on Knuckles. That's nuts.
Yeah, Cinny had about a 15-second lead getting into the castle. And then, yep, took a hit and needed to take it a little safer.
Lucian fourth, another very strong
Ooh, that's close.
runner. That's very close. 2:18:55. Cinny just barely being out Flush.
Drew, still about 10 minutes out from finishing, having to do Bear Nate here and climb. Hey, welcome in, GG's.
Welcome in, Cinny and Zephyr, GG.
GG's.
GG's.
Well, that was a very close race.
Yeah,
so what are your
thanks.
thoughts?
I screwed up this seed so hard. I got to plant the
I
bean and then I forgot the Scarecrow song.
I thought that I was like so close to the god route, and then Tangent finished when I was in castle or in tower, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things that I thought of that I could have done differently, but overall, like, felt really good about the seed.
I think I was close to the god route. I do think I would have won if I didn't like make the routing mistakes I did. I think that cost me a win
Like,
there.
The only thing I can think of that I could have done differently was after I got the hook shot off of top of the lab was go to the big chest on Fortress, and then I would have been in go mode.
Yeah, like I figured like I still don't have like logic for hook shot yet. I'm gonna like head out and route towards Fortress.
Yeah.
Big chest. Oops, I realized I forgot Scarecrow song. Guess we're going back. At least I have F-Wind.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I would have had to grab Scarecrow to get that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Cinny, kind of the biggest time sink that we saw was kind of some of that backtracking.
Yeah.
But still,
that was all my fault.
You were ahead going into climb, actually, so it ultimately came down to that hit from the Iron Knuckles between the two of you.
It's like away from death.
And similarly, Zeph, GTG was probably the biggest time sink that you had, but we weren't sure if you were super comfortable with the just hook entry into water.
So I was looking it up as I was playing.
Oh, yeah, I took a long time on that.
But I figured that, like, after I had beat Spirit, I was like, well, what are my best options? And it was like, Forest is ice, and I have blue fire arrows, and I have the warp there. And then Fire Temple's GTG, so I'm like, it just makes sense to do this, because I'm still looking for that adult trade item, and like everything is locked by hammer, so it's like all of this
everything,
like all of this could have it, so I'm not.
Where was the logical slingshot? I never found it.
I think it was adult fishing.
It was adult fishing.
How are you supposed to?
How do we get logic for Bean then?
The slingshot gives you the scale in Spirit.
But you
I
can't.
don't have a logical slingshot though. Is the problem?
You don't have a logical child ranged weapon.
Yeah, that's the issue for me. I don't have a ranged weapon.
Oh yeah, because
And
that's
we
locked
saw
by
I need
the
a
scale.
I need a slingshot to reach
So.
the scale in Spirit.
Yeah.
We never saw some Lost Woods checks. Wait, no, we did. Drew went and did Sara's song there. Drew did Sara's songs checks.
Wait, didn't you
which
get
was
one in
late anyways.
GTG? Oh, that's in fire though.
A slingshot?
No, that was yesterday.
We saw the
yeah.
third. We
Seaweed.
saw the third one at some point, but I don't remember.
I think I got them
Yeah.
all. I just can't remember where I found them.
Yeah, I think I only have 2, and they're both like neither of them are logical.
Was it adult shooting?
I'm not
Was
sure.
there a
Let's bring in
slingshot?
Flea. Maybe
Don't
Flea
you-
will remind us.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Flea. GG.
Hey, Flea,
Yeah,
GG's.
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 Would you like to know where your bow is?
Yeah.
It's in the near market grotto.
Okay. I thought about that and I was like, if it's there.
Oh no!
Yeah, I need time to get in the market, so I figured I'd go over and do it real quick.
Yeah. That was gonna be like the very next thing I checked. I figured with all the early like conditions, I was like, yeah, it's probably somewhere that I just like get around to. So, whoops.
Where is Bolero? Am I right that it's an ice cavern?
It's
No, it's
Bolero.
Ah, okay. I was
Ice was
thinking
Suns.
Suns was
Okay.
an ice. Yeah.
Which
Okay.
brings me to a question that I actually had. So immediately after getting hookshot, both Zeph and Flea went to ice. I'm guessing you two were just chasing hookshot like lockstep.
Just say yes, or we have more questions.
Because on restream, we're like, why are they rushing to ice at like an hour and a half in?
Yeah.
I think as soon as I started doing that, I was like, why am I here? And then I was like, well, I'm already here, so let me just do it.
Well, especially for you who was doing it with a bottle, like at least Zeph had blue fire arrows, so it's like 2 minutes.
I-
but
Well, that
I think I had PFAs and I forgot, so there's that too.
but you didn't have a bow, Flea.
You didn't have a bow.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's right.
He's already put this whole scene just out of his mind.
Yeah, but this. Yeah.
I feel like that was after I had done Spirit, so it was like what I was saying, where like I have the warp for forest, which is ice, and then I'm just gonna hike to fire, which is GTG, like as like the densest options.
Sure.
Okay. Density. That
And then
makes
also
sense.
like could have figured that maybe also the adult trade item was just in graveyard, behind Suns, but like everything's locked behind hammer, so it really at the end of the seed when I was like trying to find where that prescription was, like I skipped open grotto because I'm like, it can't be a sphere 0 check, like it's got to be behind stuff, so there wasn't a whole lot of sphere 0 that I had left.
No, especially since Zora's was like, hey, do you want your bomb bags? They're in domain and on frogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that bomb bag on frogs was, I was like, oh, okay. Not logical, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, why not? So we do want to point out that this was a very competitive race on Restream. Drunus was actually in the lead for a little bit with some good checks, but we believe he missed the fire is foolish hint on Death Mountain Trail, so he ended up full clearing fire, and then he's just kind of been he was lost in the sauce for a bit, chasing density for prescription. So he almost kind of last locationed it, but he is going into Ganon's right now. But one thing that we also wanted to point out was at the end of Baronade for Cindy and Zeph, Cindy, you had like a 15-second lead on Zeph, and Zeph overcame you because Iron Knuckle, you got hit and
'cause
then
that
had these
Iron
bombs
Knuckle
on
fight
it.
was
So
bad.
very, very close still.
Yeah, I only activated one of them at the start, and yeah, I knew that I was going to be in for a bad time. They were going to be off sync.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
guessing,
there.
did you guys like cross right away?
No. Wait, do you mean by cross go through Spirit?
Yeah, Cindy went
like-
through Spirit, and the rest of you crossed. About
I
when
did the
Cindy
Dongos-
was getting.
I did the
into
Dongos as
DC.
child.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you
Yeah,
for
like I jumped
that
down there and opened
because
eyes with shoes.
it gave us a very good example of like how long child DC can take versus adult DC. But rest assured, adult DC trolled Zeph and Drew so hard today.
Oh, child DC trolled me. Like, I died the burn damage, since I'm not used to doing it.
Yeah, we saw you try to stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, like,
it was a good effort.
Yeah, I could not put that fire out, and it killed me.
The one time I've done child DC, it was also a Skull Mask seed. So the Skull Mask was clutch as child.
Yeah, wow. I saw the theater was dead, so I didn't go and get Skull Mask.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have.
But yeah, I kind of figured it was a bit of a gamble, like when I went adult 2 and had the hammer and a wallet, and I was like, well, I can cross and I can buy bomb chews and beat DC. But there's like one check that's available, or like one song at SFM, but it's not in Logic, and I'm like, that could just be Requiem, and like I lose so much time from this. But then ZL was at Across the Wasteland, and I'm like, dude, this is actually insane.
Yeah.
And then none of the checks were Requiem, and I'm like, this is insane.
GG's.
Yo, GG's, Drew.
GG's.
What'd you think of the seed, Drew? You're mad?
Yeah, same.
It was so easy, and then I was just like, I'm not going all the way over there for a big chest. I'm just following this hammer. I'm just gonna clear everything in the game with hammer lock.
No.
I was like, fuck that chest, but
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions about the seed, Drew? We were just discussing between us all, filling in the blanks.
Did you guys see my twin robo?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Wait.
It's all good. It's all good.
It was great. Perfect. No question. No notes.
How excited were all of you to see Gold Scale on Twin Roba?
Very.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I just pulled up Google and I was like, water temple with hookshot only.
I couldn't remember how to do it.
I was going to be worried if we had a hunt for either a gold scale or irons for go.
I like pulled up Discord. I was like flying through like DMs and stuff.
Yeah, I play mixed with lunch. I know how to do that trick.
I was like, oh, the multi-world. I went to like our multi-world group chat and I'm just searching like gold scale and like it won't pop up. I'm like, fuck. So
Damn, Mel.
I winged it and then like it took me like 3 tries because I couldn't
Mel,
remember
you
how
read
many
yours
sign-offs
mind.
it was.
Mel's like on restream. Mel's like, oh, Drew should know how to do this. He did multi-world.
It was kind of interesting, Drew, once you had the setup, which didn't take that many attempts, let's be real. You just like hit, what do you guys call that thing?
Crystal?
The
crystal.
Talisman, the water button, the switch.
Switch is probably most accurate.
Yeah.
Switch is probably most accurate. You hit the switch like first try. Cinny got the setup first try.
Yeah, I did the setup, but I couldn't find the pixel.
No big deal.
Couldn't
I
find
don't
the
like
pixel
to
to
talk
hit it.
about it. I'm kind of good like that, you know. I'm sorry.
Also,
yeah.
we saw good use of a frog timer when you all had to do prescription quests, and you didn't have Bolero, so how to do
I
it
didn't
the
have Bolero,
long
so I
way.
couldn't do that. I had to do
We
the full
saw everyone
quest.
else do it.
I
was
kind of forgot how to
without
do
the hook shot, so I couldn't get across the bridge.
I kind of forgot how to do the trade quest. I was like, oh, prescription, you go to the guy in the lab. And then I'm like halfway across the bridge and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we saw that. It's okay.
That was another question we had.
When I played Bolero, I was heading to Big Goron to give him the prescription.
Yeah.
And then, like, halfway out of Crater, I was like, wait, no, that's not right. I was like,
Yeah, I
okay,
guess
that was stupid. I remembered soon enough that it was.
You could potentially do like F-Win and like timer shenanigans with the prescription to like get the lights and like go get the ring at the same time. You could definitely do like shenanigans like that.
Yeah, I was thinking this because Zeph, you had to make the 2 trips up there when all you had left was picking up those light arrows. And I was like, you can't come back through. How do you somehow game doing both of these things at one time?
Shit, yeah, Cindy,
you
that makes
set
so much
F1 in
sense.
forest, and then you like let the timer run out. Like you warp away timer.
Frog warp
that's
back,
so
yeah.
That's so
That
smart.
is
And then
really
your
smart.
F1's in forest, so you just warp back once you get the boomerang.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a way you can like cause do shenanigans like that with like that check.
Remember that, chat.
See, that's why
This-
Cindy's winning all these races.
Apparently.
Cindy was in forest, like, as soon as I'm imagining there was any question mark of, I don't really know what to do next, it was like, I'm in forest, I'm getting those
Yeah,
lights.
I had to get the lighters anyway, so I figured I'd go for it. Maybe there's a
Yeah.
hook shot in there, for all I know.
Yeah, the number
Wait,
of times
where
a
were-
forest item has ended up in forest this season so far.
Where was the iron boots?
Ink
Goron.
said,
Goron City.
Dude,
What?
screw that friggin' hot rodder Goron. Fuck that guy.
chat was
Yeah.
saying that's possible with strength, but I was always told that's
Yeah.
not possible with
No,
strength.
no, you can do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I
It is,
just
but
was
it's not
like,
logic.
I was just like, I don't know. I stopped him like a pixel away from underneath the, like in the
Don't
tunnel.
Stop me here.
I did it
I'm
twice.
rolling here.
I'm like, oh, I just pulled it too soon, and I'm like, I'll wait a little bit for the next time around, and then he comes back around, and I do it again, and then he's like, nah, I'm not gonna give you the fucking item, and then I'm like, all right, I just wasted like 2 minutes sitting here waiting for him to roll all the way around.
Yeah,
And then I never went back and
Raccoon
checked
is
it.
there
back?
to just reset his position.
Yeah.
And like I've done it before, and it's really like pretty easy, but I guess I pulled it like the bomb too soon.
I have Fleet.
But-
What happened to you?
I never picked up a bow.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, where was the? There was a slingshot in GTG. Was that where one was?
Maybe.
No, I
No.
said that, but that was a lie.
My first one was Spirit.
It was
Right side GTG.
Wait, there was one in right
Thanks.
side GTG? I'm not
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Oh,
in the
shit.
maze, yeah.
Wait.
The maze chest.
No, I did that. That was a slingshot.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, that's what we're
sorry,
talking
sorry.
about.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
we were trying to figure out what the logical slingshot was.
Yeah, which one's supposed to be
And-
logical?
But GTG is in fire behind the hook shot, behind.
So is there
There
hover boots available
Are there
somewhere?
hovers? Did anyone do 10 or 20?
Nope.
I did 10.
Did anyone find our hover boots?
That's what I figured logic was gonna be for, but like I couldn't. I don't know. I spent the whole
There's
seed
an
out of logic.
illuminating
I was like, I just
spoiler in
don't care.
Discord.
Yeah, same. As soon as did spirit, then I was just out of logic the entire seed.
Yeah. And knowing that the hammer was path to Baronade, I was like, it's probably
Oh.
the case where it locks the scale somehow, and then locks all the bomb bags, obviously.
Okay,
20
hover boots
skulls
was
was
on
hover.
20. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Okay, that's how you play everything in logic then.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than trying to Charlie Day map this out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do want to ask briefly, what do you all feel about season 9 so far? And we'll just go alphabetical. So, Drew, how are you feeling about season 9 setting so far and getting ready for quals?
This was my first seed. I'm pretty excited. I like it a lot. It's fresh. It feels very new. I don't know. It's just I had a really good time this seed.
Good. That's important. That's the main thing. Have a good time. How about you, Flea?
Yeah, I definitely like the shakeup. I don't have very much experience with Dungeon ER, so it's a lot right now to kind of wrap my head around. And I guess the one thing I definitely do need to get used to is, especially at the beginning of Seed, you're kind of thrown all this information about where everything is, what you need to do, and it's a lot to process, and that's something I'm still getting used to. But
Oh yeah, I didn't even check the I didn't check the info until I paused for the first time.
Yeah, that's been a
But-
point for a lot of people.
Mhm. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's just stuff that I need to get used to. So other than
Yeah.
that, it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing more.
Good. How about you, Cinny? You've been playing a lot.
I do love playing entrance rando, so I'm glad to see that it's in S9.
Yeah,
and
then
I guess I've been winning a lot of races lately.
yeah, I was looking forward to like a 4 streak, but Tanjo had to snipe you, as Tanjo does.
No, I already lost. Well, I guess weekly
Oh.
streak is over.
Yeah,
But
no,
I
weekly
lost
streak.
the win streak yesterday.
That's okay.
But yeah, I think if I keep up this performances, I'm feeling really good about S9.
Yeah, you're looking really strong. All Cinny, Flea, and Drew were again top 32 last year, and then Zeph, you weren't far behind. You still made it to Challenge Cup, and obviously you took Flea and Drew to task today. But Zeph, Mel let us know that you did help test these settings, so you might have a little bit more of a formed opinion about them. So what do you think about S9?
I really enjoy it. I like that, like, it is a lot of information at the start, but now that I've figured out a way to screenshot and open it up in Paint, and I have like 5 different windows open up on my second monitor. But I like getting all the information. I like the nuances with like logic and stuff like that, like having to maybe go through Child Spirit to get to Requiem to do Jabu and then find your vanilla rang. Like, that's super fun. And doing some of the testing, like, I didn't do a whole lot of testing. I played a couple of the seeds that they had. And there was they had boss rando as well in there, which was like really fun, but also I'm like, might be a bit too much for like a main season tourney type thing. But I do really enjoy the Dungeon ER and the vanilla bridge, and keeping some of the path prio information. I think is pretty fun for like figuring out the puzzle of stuff. So
yeah, I guess
Well
something
said,
for
everybody.
me was like SA, like seeds just started to feel like very samey after you do quite a bit. Like S9 hasn't really felt like that for me so far.
Wait, is there?
Yeah.
Dungeon Rare really like fix
There is,
or, like
yeah.
helps with that.
Oh fuck!
Wait, didn't
That's why we didn't get any like Volve path, because
Oh.
Hammer was
Yeah,
required
yeah,
for
yeah. I
your
should've
bridge
known.
dungeons.
Yeah, all paths were bridge dungeons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it
so
wasn't
we'll
really
go
that
for it.
like huge in this
Yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
but
Drew trolling so hard right now?
It's okay. It's not the end of my trolling.
No, I'm looking forward to the trolling. I am looking forward to all of you playing S9. I hope you're not just being nice because I am in here. I am excited to see how this plays out. I'm hoping that after a couple weeks, the overload of information doesn't feel so much like an overload. People will figure out, like, oh, maybe I don't need to look at the entrances until the first time I pause, like Cinny said.
Yeah, like I don't need that info right away. What dungeon am I gonna dip?
Well, Deku today, that was...
Yeah, but I had to go child for that, and I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
open adult anyway.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, as tournament organizer, I was one of the tournament organizers. Mel, is there anything you want to leave with everybody before we hand off to baseball?
Just have fun, everyone. I know holidays are coming up, so probably slightly less playing during that time, or slightly more playing during that time. I'm never quite sure. But I'm looking forward to seeing all of the terrible seeds that Rando and Midobot throw at us.
Well said. Thank you very much, everybody. Baseball, it's for you. Is your IRL mic muted?
Baseball.
Your mic is broken. Oh no!
Oh my god, wait, I think I just muted it. Holy shit.
There you go.
Okay. It's fine.
We're good.
Oh my god.
Baseball's dead. S9 is canceled.
No.
It's fine. I've never used the mute button before. I didn't know it worked. Okay. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks runners, Cindy, Zeph, Lee, Drew. Thank you, Coms, Burrito, and Mel. And thanks, Lady Draco, for tracking. I'm gonna rate us to Golden Devil, the goat, who's playing Skyward Sword All Sanity Randomizer. It's co-op, and he's playing with Pix, so it's kind of like two very cool people playing. So, yeah, enjoy that, and we'll see you for more S9. Bye.